Welcome back to Dicing with Death, everybody. Love that intro. Ryan, where
Yep,
did we leave
can't get
off?
enough of it. You are in the Gilded Rat, this thieves' guild tavern on the docks of Seagate.
Mm-hmm.
So Sturge, the bartender, Marcus, and two other members of the guild have just left into the back room of the tavern,
Mm-hmm.
and you are left alone, you and this woman, armed with a long blade, sitting at a table across the room.
Uh-huh.
And for some reason, Qualnir is very nervous. I think he thinks I'm about to try to assassinate him or something.
Yeah. Colnir's
Okay.
very nervous.
Yep. So
Colnir
you
also rolled a 5 on hotness in
what?
Koibu chat.
Qualnir has like 17 hotness.
Colnir does have 17 hotness, but my chat has a built-in bot where you can automatically roll for hotness. It's exclamation point RFH, and I
Yeah.
rolled a 5.
Well, it doesn't
Now I'm
actually
sad.
affect the game.
No, it doesn't, but I'm sad now.
All right. All right. So you exchanged a look and a nod with the woman, but otherwise
Mm-hmm.
she hasn't said anything and is sitting by herself,
Right.
sipping a beer. You wait a few minutes, about 5 minutes. Are you
Mm-hmm.
can do anything, or are you just
No, I keep
you still
myself.
have your feet up?
No. I take my feet down, my hand on my dagger, sipping my wine, but I'm on edge, keeping an eye on the door, keeping an eye on where everyone else came from, and in the
So
meantime, just looking at the woman.
So about 5 minutes later, the door opens and two men step in. Roll a perception
The
check.
front door or the back door?
Front door.
Oh shit, here it comes. RD20 plus 9, 26.
Okay. You recognize these are the same two men that went into the back room after Sturge and Marcus. I'm not gonna. They're generic thieves.
Okay, I kind of.
They are armed with daggers. One of them has a club hanging from a rope on his side.
But the weapons aren't in their hands.
They're not in their hands.
Okay.
So they step in and sit at a table near the door together.
Hmm. Okay.
And then the door to the back room opens,
Mm-hmm.
and Marcus steps out alone and
Okay.
comes over to your table, leans against it under the guise of wiping it,
Mm-hmm.
and says, "Go outside, take a step down the alley. The door should be unlocked."
Okay. I give him a nod, finish off my wine, put it down, and walk back in.
Alrighty. Say that. Walk back in.
Or walk back down to the alleyway.
Yeah. So you you sort of circle around the building, look around a bit. You're like, okay, there is a side door down one of the alleys.
I walk up to it and do the exact appropriate knocking to get myself in.
Exact appropriate knocking. So there is actually a slat where you could view
Yeah.
from the other side.
I mean,
So
I give it a shave and a haircut.
a shave and a haircut.
Shave and a haircut. 2 bits.
Okay.
That's the lyrics that go with the GD. Kids these
All right.
days.
Few seconds, and then the door opens inward. Actually, door opens outward.
Okay.
Just a crack, and you see black robed figure of Sturge standing in the doorway. Get in, it's unlocked.
I walk my in
Step.
and shut the door behind me.
You are standing in a small, bare room. It's probably 10 by 10. There is the door you came in and a door on the other side of the room, and you and Sturge. That's it. There is a single torch on the wall.
I look about.
So
What's the deal?
Marcus tells me you are interested in guild membership.
Interested is the right way to put it. I haven't committed yet. I don't like
This
to
is
be
curious.
tied down by others.
I thought that Chance had taken an interest in you, but I would be happy to vouch for you if you are not enthused with his handling.
Chance. That was Ashenholt. I haven't seen Chance in a while.
You say that, or
Yeah, I say this.
well, I imagine he'll be here in a few days. He's had some fires to put out.
Well, whatever Chance says, I did them a great favor. Things you can get done with a signet ring? Hell, I wished I had kept it.
Signet ring.
I gave Chance the signet ring of Lord Ashenholt when I left town. What? You don't approve?
I don't disapprove. I am quite impressed with your methods. Chance less so.
Well, they don't call me Qualnir the Cunning for nothing.
Qual near the cunning.
That's what they call me
Like
back
Qual
home.
near the bloodletter.
Sometimes you have to break a few eggs to make an omelet. Now, I've done my best to keep the eggs unbroken. And my trip to the castle here in Seagate was fairly almost bloodless.
So far. So
This,
far.
well, that's why I'm talking to you about these documents and these clothes. I'm trying to get
Yeah.
this done
Yeah,
without
Marcus
killing
mentioned
people.
that. You should really be more discreet. This is what your handler is for. And he puts a hand on his own chest.
Are you my handler?
As I said, if you are less than happy with Chance, I am happy to vouch for you.
Well, all right. Well, can't you both vouch for me? If he won't, then you will. Whatever. I don't care. Point is, tonight I need some clothing and I need to get started on some nice documents.
Yes. What documents would that be?
I need a family lineage, that elven family lineage that makes me look like a middle of the road noble, and whatever other papers that would go to that to kind of lend credence to the fact that I might be a visiting dignitary or noble from another land. And then I need clothes to match. I plan on going into the castle through the front door, invited to a party.
That could be arranged.
I just need to,
Elven, maybe
yeah,
maybe a little tougher, but
yeah,
I could do this thing for you.
excellent.
It won't be free,
Of course not.
and you will need to prove yourself to me. I have heard what you can do, but
Oh,
yet to see for myself.
all right.
So, in exchange for these documents, there is a thing that needs doing, or rather, a man that needs doing in.
Thought you didn't approve of my bloodletting.
Me? I'm impressed.
Hmm.
As I
All
said,
right.
Chance has a different impression of things, but
Well,
he's
he
an
doesn't
overly
like to take
cautious man.
risks. Strange to name him Chance if he hates the risks. What a cosmic
That's his own
joke.
name for himself.
Yeah. So, tell me, who is this guy? What did he do to piss you off so much? And where do I find him? And do you need to make it look one way or another? Give me the details.
The man is a priest, a sea priest.
One of those bastards.
Yes, a worshiper of old and savage gods, and not as easy to sway as these followers of the new religions.
I was told the sea would swallow me up. Think I already ran into one of your sea priest friends.
Um, mm, I don't know that there's more than one,
Hmm.
so maybe you've already met the man.
Maybe. He dove into the
Sounds
water
like
and
his
swam into the
style.
bay.
Sea would swallow you up.
Yeah. What a ridiculous lunatic. I'm happy to kill this one for you. Where do I find him?
the That's sort of up to you. The Duke has taken him into his confidence. He seems to think he brings luck to his ships and power to his rule.
Well, then it looks like you need me wearing nice clothes with proper documents after all.
Not necessarily. The priest comes and goes as he pleases. Sometimes, I mean, he is permitted within the castle walls in the inner city, but
Okay.
he's also fond of spending time down by the water,
Hmm.
worshiping his savage gods.
Okay.
I will need you to bring me a fistful of his filthy dreadlocks to prove that he's dead.
All right. All right.
In exchange, you'll have whatever documents you need and my approval to proceed with the next steps of guild membership.
I take it here that killing this man is payment for these documents.
He nods.
All right. Do I still have a tailor coming today?
He shrugs. That's between you and Marcus.
All right. Perfect. When do you need this man dead by?
Whenever you want your documents.
Well, get started on him because he will not be lasting too long. Do you know the locations he likes to hang out, or I got to find that out on my own?
This is your job. I know nothing about any sea priests. I'm,
Okay.
and he turns and walks out the door to the alley.
Okay. I stand there for a few minutes. I want to inspect this room carefully. You said there was an exit to the alley, which I came in through. There was another door, right?
Yeah. Not otherwise, that's it.
How big is the room?
About 10 by 10. The single torch and a sconce on the wall.
I searched the room for secret doors. Or concealed doors.
Nope. You're pretty confident there's nothing beyond what you can see.
All right. All right. I exit out the back and then walk in through the front of the bar.
Okay. uh, what's his face? Marcus brings you over another glass of wine and leans in to whisper. He says, the tailor should be here in a few minutes. You can meet him in that same room around back.
Thanks. I look in the room for the two guys that had gone into the back room and then came in through the front door.
One of them is still here. Another is gone.
Okay. I walk up to that guy and sit down next to him at a table, awkwardly if it requires, or I
Not necessarily
do it
awkward.
regardless.
He sort of stares at you. Yeah, long, greasy black hair, right, just shoulder length.
Yeah.
Pale blue eyes, sort of scruffy face. He's wearing tight leathers, and he has a blade at his side and then a club hanging loosely off the other.
How's it going?
All right.
Are you a faithful man? Do you have a particular order or god you like above the rest?
The god of coin, the only god for me. He sort of flips a silver piece on his knuckles. You're not
God of
quite sure
coin's
where,
a good one.
where he pulled the piece from.
Yeah. Much better than that damn sea god that swallows up all the money on the ships that sink, right? What a bitch of a god he is.
Not many take heed to the old gods anymore.
And why would you? They've never done anything for us. Say, you wouldn't happen to know where followers of the old gods would gather in this town, do you? Maybe down by the bay somewhere?
Yeah. The sea priest leads a small congregation just north of the of the town,
Outside of the city
down by
walls?
the rocks. Yeah, but you can get to it from within if you don't mind a treacherous climb.
I'm a pretty good climber. You say north of the town?
Yeah, so if you go to where the wall meets the shore
Mm-hmm.
on the north side of town, you can climb down the rocks and around to their gathering place.
Wouldn't someone be seen doing that?
Sure, but the Duke has taken a favor to the sea priest, so he lets him and his followers come and go as they please.
Right, but a person climbing around the wall and on the cliff would certainly be spotted by many people to doing that, right?
Could certainly be spottable.
I mean, would that give you a pretty obvious sight from sea? Anyone on a boat would see you climbing the cliff.
Now, why would you want to not be seen?
Yeah, I am. I don't do this, but I'm looking at him in the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Meets your gaze.
sometimes it's best to go unnoticed.
You haven't done too good a job of that.
Oh, I think
So,
I have.
hmm, your
Otherwise,
reputation precedes you.
yeah, and I know what you want done with the sea priest.
Excuse me?
His old gods are weird, man. I don't really follow them.
Oh, sorry.
Did you catch your nuts in a mousetrap?
No, I kicked a speaker and it
Good.
turned on and
Don't catch your mouse.
exploded.
I broke a speaker yesterday.
Oh, yeah, you told me.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Oh,
even.
maybe not. Maybe you posted it on Twitter and I
I
stalked
posted
you.
on the Twitters. You stalk me on Twitter, Ryan?
I don't have a Twitter account, but sometimes I check it
Why don't you have a Twitter account?
in and around Dicing with Death Time to see if you usually make announcements on Twitter before you inform me. So it's like, so what's my schedule? Check, check Neil's Twitter.
Well, I say things and then I follow up with you, and if that doesn't work out, then I change the official plans.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, it was embarrassing. I broke Lauren's speaker.
okay. So you're sitting at a table with this guy. He seems open to talking with you, but I'm not sure if you had
Yeah.
anything you were trying to
No,
get out of
I
him.
just I ignore the conversation and move on in another direction. He may not be the person I thought he was. I was under the impression that the two guys were the ones that asked for the sea priest to be killed. And I was going to try and get information, but
So he sort of shrugged it off when you. I mean, he seemed
yeah,
surprised when he said that you wanted the sea priest killed.
I didn't say he wanted him killed. I said I know what you want done with the sea
Okay.
priest.
Yeah.
Let's be clear here.
But
I know I'd already been directly told to be more
discreet.
careful and discreet, but for willpower, man, Qualnir will he does whatever the fuck he wants to do. He has no other people cannot tell him what to do. He does not take it well,
Yeah.
which is a character flaw. It might get him killed, but damn it, it's about playing the character, and he has got 4 willpower, so he's gonna get himself into trouble.
Alrighty.
Okay, a few
So
minutes
do you,
pass, and then I go back into the alley, into the room over there.
yeah, meet the tailor.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Short, broad man with a waxed mustache and a gold-colored turban on his head.
Are you the tailor? I
He's
say to him boldly.
yes, indeed. He's already waiting in that small 10 by 10 room. I assume you walked in.
No. Excellent. I'm John
He's got a
Doe.
little wheel cart. He said, your name's John? You said?
John Doe.
John Doe.
You could also call me John Smith or Mr. Smith or Mr. Doe or whatever you want.
What can I do for you?
I need to be dressed to the nines. Now, not, I say dressed to the nines, but I need to have the best clothing, but I don't necessarily want to be flashy. I need high quality clothing exquisitely done, with just enough flash to get me noticed, but not so much to be the center of attention. Does that make sense?
A very specific order.
Very specific.
Okay. We don't need to roleplay this encounter.
Yeah, but I
He
tell
takes your
him
measurements. What exactly are you wanting?
I'm wanting something that will you can kind of like in a crowd you'd be like, oh, that guy's dressed kind of well, but then you might
But
forget
something
about it and move
in
on.
the local fashion, not like
Something
an
no no
elven,
no no. I want something not local.
not
Something
local.
in the something that definitely stands apart from what the locals are wearing.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to look exotic.
Do you specify, or do you let him interpret what exotic means?
I look at his ears. Is he elven?
No.
No. I say, well, I don't know how much you know about elven custom. If you don't know anything, don't even try. Don't fuck it up. Um, if you do, some elven clothes would be nice. If not, something exotic that you can determine on your own. But this shit better be good. If I get walk out, if I walk into the room and people think I'm a fool, I'm coming for you. For
Um,
you.
no, I could get you quite an elegant robe in the elven style,
I thought I
or I
said
could
something that wasn't the local fashion. Local fashion's robes.
in robes. Psh, I don't know what is the term for what they. I don't know. Ryan doesn't know these fashion terms, but he says the local style is la da 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 da, and you're like, I don't know what he's talking
Togas?
about either. No, I mean it's sort of like a skirt and a tunic
My sister
tied
wears
at
a
the
skirt
waist.
and a tunic. I say, elven
There's
men
a
do not
manly
wear
term for it.
skirts. Kilts?
I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, he
Yeah.
seemed to have a reasonable grasp of the elven style.
Okay.
He also recommends his what he's wearing. He's got these like billowy leggings and a tunic. Practical and exotic, but yeah,
Sure.
you want
Um,
that instead of the elven
I know. I
elven
want
clothes.
something elven. No skirts, buddy. No skirts. Need the pants and the shirt. And
Pants.
most,
He says,
well, no skirt. Things that cover
it is my
individual
understanding
legs.
that the elven nobles wear robes.
Is he telling the truth? The elven nobles wear robes?
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck it. Give me the robes. But make them look elven. None of this bullshit in this town stuff, alright?
All right.
I definitely need to look out of place, but good. But not so good and so out of place that everyone's staring. And lastly, somewhere in these robes need to be some hidden pockets where I can hide things and perhaps a hidden pouch or a hidden sheath for a dagger.
I can do these things.
Good man.
All right. He says you'll have them by the morrow.
You gonna do all this shit by tomorrow? You are fucking amazing. How much do I owe you?
I understand that it is taken care of.
Perfect. You're my sort of man.
All right. He leaves.
Okay.
He's got a
I
goofy little flappy tail thing hanging out the back of his pants.
a butt flap.
Butt flap.
Oh wait, a bum flap? Is that what Lau used to call it?
I don't know.
Lau used to walk around with a bum flap. Um,
What? Like a fashion statement?
yeah.
Here, I thought I was making up something weird and crazy.
No, he would literally have. For those of you who don't know who Lau is, he's my little brother, and he's really into being a punk. But he'd have like this little square thing that he safety pinned to his pants. That was literally just like a flap that covered his butt, and he wore it to high school and like post high school for years. It was like
That's
he
not even as weird as you wearing your gi and hakama.
no, but that was only for like the last couple months, and that was very intentionally weird. This was like a fashion choice. Like this is who I am. I wear a butt. He called it his bum flap.
Coattails. Omega Pulsar.
Fine coattails, not a bum flap.
Punk rock coattails.
Punk rock
Bum flap.
coattails. Oh,
All
that
right.
kid.
Okay.
All right, cool.
So you are
I
fitted.
give him. I wait 2 or 3 minutes after he leaves, and then I exit.
Okay. It is sun is at.
All right, I go back and wait at the Seabreeze Tavern. Seabreeze
You,
Inn. Yeah.
yeah, you had paid through there for like another week, another 5 days. Did you have a? Did you get an in room in the inner city? You were talking about it, and then you never did it.
Right.
All right. What's what's the plan?
I hang out at Seabreeze. Well, yeah, it's evening time, right?
Yep.
Shit, I never did figure out what time of day the priest leads his prayers, did I?
Nope.
All right. I will just spend the night in Seabreeze and get up at dawn if I can.
Okay.
And at dawn, I would like to find my way out of the city to the north side of the wall. I'm not going to climb along the wall, but you
Can
know.
you explain what you mean by that? So
So
where do you
if we're
go?
looking at the map, I'm going to do a quick doodle. I'm going to go boop 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 up here to the wall. Look for
Mhm.
an exit, and let's just say the exit's over here. Then I will exit the wall and come over to this region like that.
Yeah, there is a. You find a gate pretty near where you drew it. Actually,
Yes,
it's a
feels the
little to
best.
the east of where you drew it, but sure, whatever. There's a gate.
Right on. Okay.
Road
Um,
out of town.
I go through the gate and kind of walk up to the edge of the cliff over there.
Yeah. Okay. Derp, 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 derp. Okay. So you exit out the main gate. The gate is wide open at this time of day. It's like right right after sunup.
Okay.
There's a single groggy guard leaning against the inner wall.
All right.
No halberd, just a sword at his side.
Cool. I
So you
I
exit the gate.
I
You
just
walk
exit the
along the
gate.
wall. How far away?
I walk not like against the wall, but within 100 or 200 feet of the wall.
Okay. There's just sort of grass and a few shrubs. It's pretty foggy, actually. Got visibility maybe 500 feet.
Okay.
So you walk along the wall and reach the shore.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the shore, so it sort of breaks from grass to sort of large boulders that go from shore to sea. It's a reasonable slant, but sort of precarious rock hopping. Roll me a perception check.
The fuck?
What?
I just got linked to a random image that I don't understand. I just posted it for you. I'll post it in chat as well. Where this shit comes from, I do not know. Um, perception check. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
19.
The jimmies rustle softly.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's the what the
Apparently, someone's jimmies got rustled softly.
that picture is scary.
I don't even know what the.
All right,
Oh.
all right. So you okay? Yeah, you notice nothing beyond what I just described.
Okay. I pace along the coast. I'll go north for, 20 minutes, and then I'll pace back south for 20 minutes.
So staying on the grass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not so
20,
close to the cliff that I'll fall off, but close enough that I can see any shenanigans that are happening on the cliffs.
20 minutes, you said?
Yeah, 20 minutes north, 20 minutes back.
Okay.
And I will keep
Um,
looking around the entire time, so if I see a group congregating or conjugating, I will show up and interrupt them.
What about consummating?
No, I'll just
Can
watch from
you
afar.
roll a perception check?
Is there some consummations going down? 14. Oh
Yeah.
God.
So you walk along the grass. Like I said, it's pretty open. I don't call it a field, sort of like moors, rolling
Mm-hmm.
hills, occasional shrubbery, a couple of trees. Um, eventually, it sort of goes uphill, and there's no longer like a rocky shore. It just becomes a cliff.
All this within
You
20 minutes?
yeah,
20 minutes is like a walk to Campus Point.
sure,
It's a
yeah.
lot of terrain. Okay.
What are you talking? It's all
What?
the same. I
Yeah.
mean,
Okay.
uh,
Cool.
okay. But you see nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay. Um, then I walk back. And I'm going to patrol this northern area pretty much the whole day. I'll just spend the day walking along the cliffs in this area. I got to find
Roll
this damn
roll a
bastard.
perception check.
20. Oh my god, worst perception checks ever.
Okay, so I'd say you spend a few hours. How far do you go north?
No more than 20 minutes north.
Okay, so you sort of pace back and forth, and
Hmm.
don't see anything that you're looking for.
For the duration of the day?
This is just a few hours.
Okay.
You never ate breakfast, and so mid morning you're starting to get cranky, and
Cranky is right.
you still haven't found whatever it is you're looking for.
Yeah. So grumpy. I keep patrolling, but staying grumpy.
Let's move your little lady token. This is what we used for Qualnir.
No, that's the same. Oh, there we go. That's Qualnir. Qualnir's not a lady.
Though he does have pretty hair.
16 hotness, man. He's he's a dreamboat, as the ladies call him. And what's my thing? 8 grub skill. Oh god, that's the worst. I'd rather have 8 hotness and 16 grub skill.
Really, even for this character?
Maybe not for this character. Well, yeah, fucking grub skill is the most important thing ever. It's the most important stat you can have.
True statement. Okay, so that's where we are. What do you do mid morning when you start to get cranky?
Oh god, I'm gonna make a voluntary willpower check here. I get pissed off and go inside and get some food.
Okay,
Fucking
all right,
stupid
all right,
priest doesn't know to show up.
all right. Gates are open. There, yeah, it's a reasonable amount of traffic, but this gate seems less busy than the one you came in.
Mm-hmm. Wait a minute, is this? Oh, you mean came in when I came into Seabreeze
When you
weeks
first arrived
ago?
in Seabreeze, yeah,
Yeah,
you came from the south, and it seemed like that
yeah,
road there were more people bustling in and out of that entrance, but
yeah. All
could
right.
just be an
I,
anomaly.
I look for a place that could feed me, and I go acquire food.
Sure, food acquired. Nice place, or
The first place I see, regardless of
yeah,
quality.
yeah. Find some meat pies being sold on the street.
How much do I owe?
4 copper. It's a fishy pie. Roll a grub skill check to see if you
Okay.
appreciate
I
the fish pie.
I give him just a full silver. I don't even want to carry copper.
Does he goes to make change and
I
hand him
wave him
back the
off.
copper?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll your grub skill check.
25. I
Yeah.
appreciate the pie.
Despite the low cost, it's a decent pie. It's got that rustic down home feel.
Mmm.
Probably fresh fish.
God. You know, my aunt used to make pies like this. So good.
Qualnir's aunt or Neil's
Qualner's
aunt?
aunt. Qualner's aunt. My aunt's never made pies.
I was gonna say
No, my aunt. No.
doesn't sound like an elven thing.
No.
Okay. All right. So you are well fed and satiated. What do you wish to do with the?
I go back out and continue patrolling.
All right, roll a perception check.
Oh, come on. How do I not notice a congregation of people?
Maybe there is no congregation of people.
Maybe there is none, but these perception checks are killing me, man.
Yeah, I mean, so you're pacing back and forth the same stretch of shoreline. I assume you're staying on the grass and not wandering down.
Yeah, I guess I
There's
kind
still
of.
maybe like 100 feet of rocks between you and the ocean.
All right. Well, I mean, I'll get closer to the. Wait, by 100 feet of rocks, you mean on the cliff above, up here?
Um,
Or
so
is this not a
right,
cliffy area?
it's not cliff. So right here, and for about 15 minutes walk. So what is it like? Maybe half mile.
Mm-hmm.
It's like grassy shore, and then gradually making way to big bouldery shoreline down to where the water meets some rocks, and you can sort of rock hop in that region. And then
Okay.
about a half mile north, it sort of slopes upward to larger bluffs.
Okay. So kind of like.
So there's like 100 feet of rocky shore, and then it sort of slopes up slightly
Kind
to
of like the
grassy
western
knolls.
end of Goleta Beach, where you've got like the parking lot and then all the big rocks, and then it kind of slowly
Sure,
slopes up.
but more rock.
More rock. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I
Right.
mean like rock extending
100 feet.
100 feet out,
Okay.
maybe a little less in places.
All right. I'm gonna, having spent half my day doing just kind of pacing around, daydreaming. I decide to go out onto the rocks. Out to maybe the penultimate rock before water,
At
and
which
look out
point you
from
want
out
to
there.
ping where? Right there.
Yeah.
Roll me another perception check.
Don't fail me now.
That's enough now that you're down by the shoreline. It is a little, the rocks are slippery and it is a little precarious, but I'm not going to bother making you roll any checks or anything.
Okay.
So from this vantage, you can see what looks to be a flat circular area. Oops. How do I make a circle? Right about there. So pretty
Okay.
much right where the wall meets the. Why can't I select that? Whatever, that's fine. Right north of the wall.
Okay.
It's sort of at the edge of the rocks where the shore meets, and it's sort of like a flat circular area
Okay.
on the waterfront with waves crashing against it. Um, there are like some. Looks like there's some rocks impeding view of it, so you can sort of understand how from the shore you weren't quite able to get a good view.
Okay. Well then, I okay. Sorry. I start kind of heading out into that area.
Sure, you walk along the rocky shore,
Mm-hmm.
um, and yeah, you find your way to this flat area, sort of on the side bordering shore. There are large stones. Maybe I'll draw a little picture of it. In case we come back here and need to have an encounter. Let's go ahead and put that right there.
The thing about Ryan that looks different is he's in a new location, guys, and he's also not standing with his head like halfway below the webcam frame.
Yeah.
He's actually entirely in frame for once.
Alrighty. So so each of these squares is about 5 feet. Or is 5 feet. Um, do you see where I
Yes.
am?
Yes. Okay. So down to the right is.
So that's basically where I've got that. Yeah. And all right, so do you walk out? So sort of surrounding it, there are those boulders, and then those each of those sort of oblong circles I drew is it's sort of like a tall rock, maybe 15 feet high each.
Mm-hmm.
They're sort of irregularly shaped, but vaguely pointed and conical,
Mm-hmm.
arranged standing in that sort of loose semicircle.
And just for reference, this direction is south, and this direction is north on this image, or
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So these conical, irregular,
This is just
tall, 15-foot rocks are
like regular bouldery area where I've
okay,
got.
but those are against the rocks that lead inland.
Yeah, so what this black stuff is the regular boulders, and
Okay,
then it's sort of slightly raised, almost perfectly circular. So you're basically right about there.
perfect. I walk onto the circular area, and I would like to inspect the ground to see if there are any signs of recent activity.
So here's a Qualnir token. Yeah, so you walk onto the circular area.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you're able to walk up the boulders and sort of slide between two of those standing stones. Roll a perception check. Ocean's here, but there's
Fucking hell, man.
you see there's no people or anything. It's completely empty. Oh, now it's like middle of the afternoon, early after, no, probably 1 or 2, just after lunch. Yeah, so it's almost perfectly circular, large, and perfectly flat, and the waves sort of crash up against it.
I take a piss on it. I pee
Sure.
right. I right in the middle,
You okay?
and
All
then
right.
in a huff and in anger, Twelner heads back to the Gilded Rat.
Okay. You go back along. So you go out of the city walls,
Yeah, out of the city
come back
walls.
in through the entrance.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
Okay. Wander over to the Gilded Rat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Before I get to the Gilded Rat, though, I stop off at the blacksmith.
Okay.
I ask him if he's done with the darts.
About halfway there. You want what I got?
No, I'll come back at tomorrow or later today, whatever. I head to the Gilded Rat then.
Okay.
Cool. At the Gilded Rat, I go up to the bar and look for Marcus.
Yep. He's there.
I'm kind of wave him over and order another glass of wine. And if he brings me the wine, when he brings me the wine, I say under my breath, "So how about them papers? Or how about them clothes?"
He reaches under the counter and pulls out a sort of square package wrapped in nondescript brown paper.
Thank you.
Not paper, cloth.
Cloth. All right. I pull it into my lap
Mm-hmm.
and sip at my wine, finish my drink, and head back to Seabreeze,
Alrighty.
where I'd like to try on the clothes and see how well they fit.
Yeah. So it's sort of a loose flowing robe, sort of a light greenish emeraldy color. It's a robe, and then it's got like this second shoulder thing that comes over. I don't know what you'd call it. A man shawl.
A man shawl. Okay.
Yeah, but it's not like a shawl. I mean, it's stiff. I mean, it's still light, but it's like a second useless robe that goes over on top, like drapes down in front of the shoulders and
Okay.
around the back. It's nicely embroidered, fine craftsmanship, but not overly flashy. This looks to be that in the elven style. I mean, it's like what you with the elven nobles and yeah, the priests and the leaders and that sort of type. Where
I
it
look around
looks
for hidden pockets.
it is full of hidden pockets.
Perfect. I look around for a spot to stash a dagger.
Yeah, there are a number of pockets that could fit a dagger.
Excellent. Um,
I don't know if I'd call them hidden pocket. I mean, it's got a bunch of pockets on the inside.
okay. I change out of my clothes, go downstairs, and look for a watchman or a clerk or someone
So
that would.
you what do you change back into some
I change
clothes?
back into my nice clothes.
Okay.
Yeah, just my normal nice clothes, not my fancy clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And I go look for a clerk.
Okay. Someone who works at the inn.
Hmm.
All right.
When I find him, I say, "Sir, I think I'm about to leave the inn. I have paid up for a few more days in advance, and you're welcome to keep that coin. However, I would appreciate it if you could call me a carriage."
Yes, indeed, sir.
Good. And when the carriage gets here, send someone up to haul my things down.
He nods.
Excellent. I go back upstairs and change into the fancy clothes and pack up all my
I mean the
belongings.
elven robes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, hereforth, I have common clothes, nice clothes, ninja clothes, and fancy clothes.
All right.
I no longer have Mongol robes, though. I got rid of them, I think.
Okay. Maybe 30 minutes later, there is a knock at your door.
Come
A familiar
in!
sounding voice says, "Your carriage is ready, sir."
Excellent. Send someone up to get
Or
my things.
carriage is ready, master.
Um, okay. I head down to the carriage and tell them to pick up.
All right, you open the door and you're face to face with Bates.
With who? Bates?
Bates, the tall, lanky, I think he had a mustache, your carriage driver that brought you into Seagate.
Holy shit! It's Batesy! I exclaim.
You say that to him?
Yeah.
Ooh, it's good to see you, master.
What are you doing here?
Shall I get your bags?
Don't you live in Ashenholt?
Seabreeze seems like a more lucrative place.
Don't you have like a wife and
Ashenholt's
kids?
gone to shit.
Has it really gone to shit?
Have honestly haven't been back. Only know what the
I
rumors tell.
I thought you had a family. In Ashenholt. No?
No, my lord.
Well, excellent. Grab my things and, everything that's up in my room, and I'll see you in the carriage in a few minutes. And no, the lady will not be with us tonight.
Okay. So he carries your. What, did you have luggage for him to even carry?
Michelle left half of her luggage.
Oh, you're right. She did.
Yes, she did. And I have my backpack and shit up there.
Yeah. So he takes Michelle's and your backpack
Okay.
down to the carriage. What did you say you did?
I just go down to the carriage and wait.
Okay. Yep. Same carriage.
Okay. When I see when he comes back down and is done with everything, I say, "Okay, to the inner city and to the." I give him the name of the inn that I went to. That was the fancy one that I liked,
Sure.
which
We'll
you
call
never
it.
gave me.
Yeah, I never gave it a name. Um. Hmm. The. Hmm. I don't know.
All
We'll
right.
decide later.
All right. I can respect a decision like that.
Doesn't have a name. It just had you had a picture on the sign
Perfect.
of a leaf.
Of a leaf.
Of a leaf.
A leaf on the wind.
Sure.
Sure. So we're gonna call it Wash.
Wash.
Yeah, it's the name of the
Oh.
inn. Wash? No. Leaf on the
Call
wind.
it whatever you
Firefly.
want.
All right. It's all right. You saw Firefly, right?
Right, duh.
Okay, you saw Serenity too,
We had a
right?
we had a marathon here. Remember that broke my PlayStation.
It did break your PlayStation. I forgot about that.
Uh
We
huh.
broke his PlayStation watching Firefly.
Yeah, it was like 10 hours in and nonstop DVD playing. I think it overheated and the optical drive fried.
Yeah, I kind of felt bad, but no one else
Yeah, I mean it
was.
wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I was super psyched to continue the marathon, and everyone else like, "Fuck it, it's like 2 in the morning. Go to bed, Neil." Good old
Yep.
days. Good old days. I forgot about that.
Okay. So you go to the Leaf Inn.
Yeah, we go to the Leaf Inn. Um, yeah, and I have my carriage driver
The rustling
Bates,
jimmies.
the rustling.
Um. Okay. Are you wearing your robes?
Yeah, I'm wearing my fancy robes.
Le robe.
Um, and I walk in with my carriage driver hauling my stuff behind me, and I go to the
Mm.
clerk, and I say with a heavy.
I mean, yeah. Tolkien, I think, based it off like Celtic.
Oh, fuck, I don't even know how to pronounce
Yeah.
these things. I use Elven accents.
Breathier, and yes, you use Elven accent.
I use Elven
And you ask
accent.
for a room.
I ask for a nice room, the nicest room he has available.
Yes, my lord, right away. And how long will we be expecting you?
Indefinitely. I have come from lands far, far away to visit this alleged wonderful city and to, well, I needn't tell a simple clerk like you my plans here, but I will be here for some time, and I am on important business.
All right. So I drew a little square where you are.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and
It's not called Sea Breeze.
hmm?
Rustling Jimmies. Is that really the name of the place?
That's what we'll call it for now.
Okay. All right. Well, I
um,
grab
yeah.
myself a room.
Okay. He asks for a deposit up front of 10 gold.
I just reach into my bag of gold and just drop gold coins on the table.
You like fistful of gold
Just
coins.
a fistful of gold coins I drop on the table.
He looks a little panicked and sweeps them up, picks one that fell off the floor. How many do you try and give him?
At least 10, but probably closer to 15. But, I'm just grabbing a fistful. How many
Yeah.
does it come out to be?
11.
Okay. All right. I take it this will suffice for the immediate future.
I will charge you when you leave.
Good man. See to it that a hot bath is drawn for me every day before sunrise. I must be again broken Elven accent, but I can't. I don't Elven.
Yes, my lord. Will you need meals?
Of course, twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. Have them brought to my chamber.
Yes, my lord. Let me know if there's anything you need.
Yes, and I pull out another 2 gold coins and kind of rub them between my fingers. And I may need to ask you about people's names and positions from time to time. I am new in town and have plenty to catch up on. And I hand them to
My
him directly.
My heraldry is excellent, my lord.
Good man. Now show my servant to the my room, and I
Yep.
follow.
Yeah. He gestures one of their servants to help Bates with the bags.
Okay.
Your room, it's a 3-story building.
Hmm.
Your room is on the top floor. Uh, there's a small balcony that faces west, so looks out over the water, and you've actually got a decent view of the keep, the castle.
Sweet.
You are maybe like a quarter mile from the shore,
Hmm.
but most of the buildings are shorter than this. Yeah,
Okay.
so there's a few plants on your balcony. Nice room,
Good.
large
Good.
bed.
Well, this is a perfect stopping place, and it's been an hour and 3 minutes since we last took our break. So why don't
It's
we take a quick break, and then we'll come back with part 3 for this week's what do we call this show? Dicing with Death. Wow.
what?
I almost called this roleplay solemn. This is not. This is the
Nope.
better show, guys. This is the best show on Twitch.
It certainly has better map making, right?
Hey, my map making is superior.
That was a joke. Just a
No,
jab at myself. World
yeah.
building on the fly.
No, this is great. Dicing with Death, best show ever. Love it. All right, see you guys in a few minutes.
Yep. See you in 5.